Hello, welcome to another draft analysis. I'm Ace, and right now we're into Game 2 of Team Liquid versus Virtus Pro. In Game 1, I mentioned Virtus Pro had the lineup to deal with whatever Liquid have. The Bane was really strong against the somewhat single core lineup of Liquid. They really had two really strong roamers on the Enchantress as well as Doom, although one of them is off lane, but they kind of made a lot of impact across the map, especially the Doom. And as I said, they needed a good early game, which they had, and they just didn't let go from there. They continued the pressure. Tiny wasn't able to get off the insane net worth that he usually have with the IO, and yeah, VP seemed to have figured out the IO. So I doubt that Liquid will go back for this IO since they usually don't go back for the same thing after they lose. Let's see into Game 2's draft. It's moving pretty fast, we're already in the second phase, but let me just go through the picks and bans. Liquid has first pick this game. They ban away Night Stalker 7, same as Game 1. VP, they stuck with their same ban as well, Leech and Nature's Prophet. Liquid, they went for the first pick, Venomancer as usual, and VP, Enchantress and Bane. Pretty much the same as Game 1 throughout, but Liquid, instead of the IO here, they go for the Brute Mother instantly. I don't really like this first phase Brute Mother. I mean, it's most likely going to get banned in the second phase, but picking up here opens so much options to getting countered. I mean, the Brute Mother now is not like the Brute Mother in the past where once you get countered, you pretty much lose the game. Brute Mother now has more impact in the mid game as well with his farm and talent and everything. He can always go back to the jungle. He doesn't necessarily have to win his lane to win a game. It's a bit different right now, and Matumbaman is really strong with it in terms of knowing how to pressure the lane or knowing when to farm all the jungles. Okay, moving on. Liquid, they banned DP Doom. Doom had a lot of impact from Lil in Game 1, so pretty necessary ban, I would say. VP on the other hand, they banned Pakna as well as Earthshaker. Because Liquid currently haven't picked a hero for GH, and they're okay with the IO and Koto going to Liquid side. They have punished it before, and they believe that it's not a problem. But the Earthshaker, they still feel it's a threat, and they decided to ban it away. VP, they go for the Legion Commander. It's a very good answer to the Brute Mother. Strong in lane, has an AoE spell that can deal with the Spiderlings, as well as a lot of damage on a hero if it's near the Spiderlings because of how overwhelming odds work. The heroes Introduction and Bane don't really do very well against Brute Mother though. That's possibly one of the reasons why Liquid feels comfortable to pick it up in the second phase. But that being said, VP still have 3 picks to answer this Brute pick, which I feel is still a very risky second pick. With GH heroes going down the pool, as in like his pool of heroes going down, Night Stalker ban, Earthshaker ban, and I don't think they want to go for IO or Kotal. They decided to go for the Earth Spirit, a very strong position 4 ganking hero right now, and GH has played quite a few times as well. They might go back for the Rubik here. Rubik is a really strong hero against Weaver. You can steal Sukuchi, and you can always steal Grip as well. The instant leave against Weaver is very strong also. Sukuchi is probably the best thing right here for Rubik if they choose to go for right now. The Weaver is I would say it's gonna be Ramses hero. I'm not sure why is it picked here. I guess if they're expecting it to lane against the Venomancer and it's okay with that. But it's not very strong against Brute. It definitely doesn't want to match up against it. Actually, it's fine because he can always Sukuchi through the damage and kill the Spiderlings. It takes 2 or 3 times, but it can be done. And it's not easy for a Brute Mother to kill the Weaver. It's not optimal, but I think they're fine with it if it ends up at that. Also, I think VP knows that Liquid puts the Brute Mother only in the safe lane or the mid lane, seldomly in the off lane. So they are okay. The Weaver is probably going to be a safe lane, and he won't match up against the Brute Mother for one thing. Liquid, they go back for Kuroki's Winter Wyvern, a very good hero against the Legion Commander. When Legion duels, you want to co-embrace the target. And the amount of magical damage coming from VP is actually very limited right now. They only got Brain Sap, overwhelming odds, and that's all. Sukuchi, which I don't consider, there's not much damage coming out from it. The rest of VP's damage are all physical. Vivo does physical, Legion does physical.
Remaining.
I'm not 100% sure if the
5 seconds remaining.
Enchantress ultimate right clicks goes through Core Embrace. I don't think it does, but I might be wrong. VP, they ban away the last Monkey King last. Probably going to be Miracle Hero that's lacking. They'll put Mind Control on the Venomancer, and Weaver is fine with, as I mentioned, Weaver is fine with going up against a Veno in lane. There's a very high chance they're going to put this Legion in the same lane as the Brute Mother. We might get to see some lane swappings as always. Whenever there's a Brute Mother, you always tend to see a lot of lane swaps because of how teams want to avoid a certain matchup, and another team want that matchup, so they'll just keep changing around. We have been seeing a lot of lane swaps recently, and I won't be surprised if this game is full of it as well. Okay, the last ban, Team Liquid.
Team Liquid's turn to
Instead of
pick.
ban Viper, Viper can hold its own against Brute Mother for sure. And Liquid picks the PA, and VP goes for the Alchemist. Okay, Alchemist is very strong against Brute Mother. If the Brute Mother chooses to go to mid lane, he can farm the Spiderlings for free. If the Brute Mother chooses to go to the safe lane, the Legion can also do very well against it. So right now, Liquid really needs the Brute Mother to go up against the Weaver. That's their only choice. And then Veno can go up against Alchemist, and PA will want to go up against the Legion. That will be the optimal lane for Liquid, I would say. PA is a very good hero against Enchantress, because like as an Enchantress, you're untouchable, you're very hard to kill. Using right click, usually you want a lot of magical damage, but PA is different because he has his huge crit as well as his blink strike. On top of that, he's also pretty good against the other cores of Virtus Pro. Alchemist, his ultimate relies a lot on heal over time, and PA, if he can burst him down, let's say he gets 2 lucky crits in a row, the Alchemist can just get busted down very quickly. To be very honest, I favor VP's draft again. I think VP has figured out Liquid's drafting quite well. In game 1, they let the IO through and they just played extremely well against it. And game 2, I feel that Liquid might have overforced this Brute Mother pick.
Prepare for battle.
That being said, Liquid is still a super strong team, and they definitely have the capabilities to pull it off. I just feel that this Alchemist pick might have caught Liquid off guard, and VP has a really strong lineup as well. Okay, it will be a very surprising result if VP managed to take a 2-0 victory over Liquid, but as it seems, there's a possibility for it happening. Alright, that's all for Game 2's draft analysis. Thanks for watching.